Howdy, my name is Daniel Michaels and I work for eSale at Texas A&M University. Today we're going to be going over how to schedule a meeting. In your web browser, if you go to tamu.zoom.us, you will see that it asks you to sign in. If you have not signed in previously, it will ask you for your net ID and password. Once in, you will see in the top right corner, it says schedule a meeting, join a meeting, host a meeting. Today, we will be scheduling a meeting. Once you've selected schedule a meeting, it'll have a menu of options you should fill in. First up is topic. I'm going to write test meeting, the description, which is optional, and then the when. Make sure to choose a date in the future, and then the time. Now, during your duration, I would suggest that you add a cushion time of 30 minutes. If you are planning to lecture for 50, make sure and do an hour and 30 just to give yourself time before the room closes, or students at least know if it's going to run over. Make sure to select your time zone, and then we're going to scroll down. You'll see some options, one that says recurring meeting. This is allowing you to recur the meeting over and over again for students. You can then choose registration. Registration requires the students to say yes or accept an invite before they can access the Zoom meeting. We do not suggest selecting this as it is too many hurdles to jump through for a student. Your meeting ID, we recommend that you choose personal meeting ID. The personal meeting ID will be your personal meeting ID, and it will not change regardless of what time you teach, when you schedule it. So you can schedule a meeting once and let the students know that this personal meeting ID is where they can be accessed, or where you can be accessed for them to receive the lecture. A meeting password, we encourage you not to select this, but if you are worried about people sitting in at the wrong times, you can require a password. Your video, you can start with host on or off. We recommend that you start with the host video off. This will make sure that whenever you join, you have time to situate before the students can see you. Participants, you might want to select off. This will limit bandwidth and also any distractions that happen during lecture. Next up is audio. You'll want to select both, as students might be connecting via telephone or their computer. As you keep scrolling down, we get to the last section that says meeting options. You want to have the meeting option set to be able to join before the host. This allows students to get in there before you do, giving you time in case students want to join a little before or just early. Also, you want to have mute participants upon entry checkmarked. That way, when they join, we're not getting a bunch of feedback from 100 different students' mics. Next, you will see the option that says enable waiting room. We want that deselected, and then only authenticated users can join. Also have that deselected. Last but not least, there's an option that says record the meeting automatically on the local computer. I would suggest not checking this mark, as you will want to record at your own disclosure. Last little section here is alternative host. If you choose this option, this can be for a TA. This allows TAs to have full access just like you do and see the same dashboard you do while you're hosting the meeting. Next up, you're going to hit save. Once you hit save, you have the option to add to your own Google Calendar. You can add to your Outlook calendar, or you can add to a Yahoo calendar. This meeting ID is where you can be found for the meeting. If you want to provide a direct link to students, this join URL is the one that you would want to use. You can take it by simply highlighting it, then hitting Control-C, or if you're on a Mac, Command-C. Then you're done. You have the option to edit the meeting or start the meeting, but we set this one for the future, so that is going to be all for this one. Let's go ahead and dive over to how you schedule the meeting on a desktop app. So if you've already scheduled your meeting and you've already done it in your web browser, then we can come over here to the desktop app. Once you're logged in, you will see the option in the bottom left-hand side that says schedule. It's the same as the previous one, just formatted a little differently. So you can schedule a topic, your start time, make sure to add an extra duration, 15 to 30 minutes. You can select if it's a recurring one. Make sure to always select your personal meeting ID. The required password, which allows you to set a password for each section or meeting. We don't recommend this, but if you are fearful of people sitting in at the wrong times, then you can do this. Then your host video settings and participant settings. Make sure participants is turned off, and then it's up to you to choose between on and off for your own video when you join. Now you and the students can always turn your video on during the actual section or the lecture, but this is just where it goes by default. Next is audio. We want to have telephone and computer. Then your calendar option, where you want to be able to schedule the calendar. This is for your own personal use. If you click advanced options, you will see that it says the enable waiting room, which we want deselected, and it has enable join before host. We want to select that one along with the one below it that says mute participants on entry. Lastly, you also see that the alternative host option is here, where you can add a TA's email and invite them to be an alternative host in a meeting. We're going to hit schedule. It's going to schedule the meeting, and it's going to open up this nice long form schedule. The main thing we're looking for is under join Zoom meeting. This is the URL that students can use to join your meeting. So we're going to highlight it just like we did, and then we're going to hit Control C or Command C if you're on Mac. You can then take this and put it directly into eCampus, Google Classroom, or whatever distribution method you have for communicating with students. I hope you found this video informative, and we look forward to seeing you soon.